Are you a Muslim woman that has her own business? If you are, mashallah, may Allah bless it with immense barakah. Or if you work in a role whereby you have a say over social responsibility, I wanted to just share with you how, as a new brand, Salsii have started to take our first few baby steps into making that difference to, inshallah, earn a little bit of sawab. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Erin, the founder of Salsii, a brand new skincare brand with a bit of a difference. So not only are the products just ridiculously good for your skin, inshallah, but we are taking huge strides into making a difference to global communities around the world, inshallah. So come and join us on this really exciting adventure. We are just formulating our first products to launch, and join this community and follow our page, inshallah. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I actually started this brand, Salsii, because when I first reverted to Islam about 3 years ago, alhamdulillah, I seen all these inspirational Muslims around me that knew Quran, or they were playing a really big part in their community, and they were just doing so much more than what I was. And I'm sure there were the little things that I was doing that, you know, only God knows. However, that is why Salsii was born. Obviously, now things are moving forward, and I'm really starting to get a kick out of Salsii and actually seeing it come to fruition and seeing the difference and the impact that we can have on Muslims and non-Muslims around the world. And that's without even thinking about the skincare element and how we can really impact people's skin. Do you remember the guy, Ali Bannett, who was an Australian guy who was gifted with cancer, subhanallah? His last words, which I think he died a year ago, this Ramadan, was to invest your time in a project, do something, invest in your hereafter. Don't just focus on the dunya and the here and now. And actually, that for me was the most inspiring story at the time, and that gave me a real kick up the diesel in Arabic, that being English. Anyway, that was my light bulb moment whereby I could actually see what I could do and the impact that I could have. And it happens to be that I believe so much in nature and healing through nature, inside and out, that it was only fair to kind of add that faith element to it as well, alhamdulillah. When you start a business, there's this overwhelming feeling of responsibility, and you are now responsible to make the right decisions. Islamically, for me, is what really, really matters. And that's where the impact we could have on communities around the world, people's livelihoods, and the environment. They are the first few things that came to mind when I set out with Salsii. The first criteria for me was to create longer term partnerships with people that shared the same values, and that's not an easy feat. For me, on paper and on a business plan, it actually seemed quite straightforward, and then the reality of it is it's so much more challenging. There's so much more involved. So for me anyway, it's been It has been challenging, and it's absolutely been worthwhile, because what I've been able to do is form these fantastic relationships with really small farmers and gone into partnership with them. And I know the impact that that is having with them. So for example, we're working with a Palestinian organic olive oil farm that is a non-profit, and they reinvest their profits back into their business, and that has such an uplift economically, socially, psychologically, for what these Palestinians are facing day in and day out in such a horrific environment that we can't imagine. And the other one is working with small Egyptian farmers. Again, there's a vast majority that actually fall below the poverty line, and we can actually work with them for them to have that continuous economical upturn to help them and us with amazing organic, pure, raw black seed oil. I've got to say it though, there's a reason mainstream is mainstream. It's not easy to make the decision to kind of jump over these hurdles and the challenges that are in the way in order to form these relationships, in order to actually step outside of what is conventional or the norm. But I'll tell you what, it is so worth it, and inshallah there's sawab in it for Salsii and for everybody who is involved in the brand and customers, inshallah. The farms were one thing, so I've confidence in their produce, the quality of the ingredients, but then there's everything else surrounding the business, such as packaging. And wow, mashallah, that is a minefield. Do you know how easy it is and how much cheaper it is to go with something that is so environmentally damaging? It hurts my heart to think about it. So yes, it is more costly, and yes, you do have to buy a ridiculous amount of items in order to get something that is sustainable, ethical, and actually just made of natural ingredients that will have more of a neutral impact on the environment, if not a positive one. And then there's something that's quite close to my heart. At the minute, I am working with this small group of women in Uganda who are a group of women with albinism, and the struggles that they face, the challenges that they face is unbelievable. And I think that's a video for another day. It's probably a little bit too deep for now, if I'm honest. But they are resilient, they are astute, they are creative, and their attention to detail is amazing. They are a group of women who are using completely natural fabrics, and they're making our face cloths that will accompany the solid cleansing balm. And they're also making a beautiful little branded bag that will go in. I am delighted to see what they're doing and the detail that is going into creating these products. They are literally hand crocheting, yes, hand crocheting these little ropes that go in the bag. And bear in mind, people, this group of women who are affected with albinism generally have visual impairments, if not a severe visual impairment. So just having one of those face cloths and one of those bags is a gift alone, if I'm honest. Small global enterprises has to be the way forward, whether it is for ingredients. So I know for shea butter and cocoa butter, whether you want local fabrics, whatever it may be, these enterprises are such a fantastic partnership and the impact that you can have in upturning their economy, their social and cultural status. Honestly, it is such a fantastic partnership that I'm so proud of, and I hope to identify others that can have a similar impact, inshallah. By you purchasing one of the cleansing balms that the face cloth and the little bag comes with, this isn't a sales pitch, by the way, because they're not even formulated and ready to launch yet. I'm just giving you a heads up. By you purchasing one and having one of these cloths, you are in turn supporting this wonderful group of women who are called Women and Children with Albinism in Uganda. And I'm going to provide the link in the description with this video because I think it's so important that people are aware of what they do and how amazingly creative they are. Follow them, because honestly, their journey is really touching and it gives you perspective on everything that we have here. And if we can make a small impact for them to be more independent, to actually grow as a business, as a women cooperative, alhamdulillah, that is a massive tick in the box for me in Salsii. Comment below what positive impact you've witnessed in your organisation. I'm really keen to kind of learn to see what's happening, what's working, what's not. Let me know. Let's connect with our global sisterhood. Let's locate us all on LinkedIn. So before you click out of this video or carry on scrolling, if you're watching the captions, go to the Salsii page, follow us and share the love. If you know of other sisters, share our profile, share a video, and let's build this wonderful community and uplift each other, inshallah. And thanks for watching, guys, and until next week, assalamu alaikum, bye.